I'm here to be an all-time great.
You're now rocking with the best.
Purple yellow, purple yellow, purple yellow, purple yellow.
The Lakers repeat back-to-back titles.
Welcome to the Big Baby Jonathan Sports Podcast.
Oh, he's smoking hot.
The latest Laker news.
Another great Showtime feed.
The greatest Lakers show.
This is going to be legendary for a long time.
This is the Big Baby Jonathan Sports Podcast.
Lakers all day.
Go Lakers!
One. Game time. What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Big Baby. What's poppin', everybody? It's your Big Baby Jonathan here. The number one sports podcast show on YouTube, the Big Baby Jonathan Sports Podcast. This is Lakers Live post-game show with my boy, Aaron. What's going on, Aaron?
What's good, man? How are you?
I'm doing good, man. And my other boy, Manny. Manny, how's it going, man? Hope all is well.
All is good, bro. Always.
In today's show, we're going to talk about the Lakers win Christmas Day. 138 to 115, man. Lakers dominated on both ends of the floor, defensively, offensively, man. Anthony Davis had a great game. Loved his energy, his hustle, his grit, his grind. But I'm going to start with my boy Aaron. So, Aaron, tell us about the game. Give us your thoughts about overall what you think of the game tonight.
Oh, my goodness. Completely different game versus the opening night. I think we all can agree that there was a lot of people that were saying Lakers are probably not going to win their ring night. I wasn't worried. No, we were all sitting there not worried after that show. And they came out there and just played Laker basketball, man.
Mm-hmm.
We ran the ball. We were playing Showtime basketball. Our shots were falling. The 3-point percentage. Wow. Unbelievable. That was one of the best games I've ever seen them shoot.
Mm-hmm.
And, that's why we got our offensive talent, too. So,
Absolutely.
big time offense. Our defense, we were slipping. We still allowed, felt like too many points, too many easy buckets. We got to tighten up that. But, oh, my God, our offense was great.
What you think, Manny?
It's the fact that the field goal percentage was off the charts, like 56%. That's like 4% away from 60. That's incredible. And even the 3-point percentage, it was literally like the Golden State Warriors from the 5 years when they dominated. They would shoot like this like every night. And that's what we did. 48.7% from three it's impeccable. I'm very impressed.
Yeah, I'm very impressed.
Yeah.
I'm very impressed too, but I said this on my pregame show yesterday before the game. I said Lakers got out-rebound Dallas. They had 61 rebounds. That's good. And then offensive rebounds, 17. Defensive rebounds, 36. They had great assists too, 33 assists. They had great steals, 9, to their 13, Dallas. But it was a great game from Anthony Davis, LeBron. Anthony Davis had 28 points, 30 minutes, 10 out of 16. 8 rebounds, 5 assists. LeBron, 22 points, 10 assists, 7 rebounds. Just loved his energy, his hustle, his passing ability is great like always. And Dennis Schroeder, man, is a great addition. Thank you, Rob Pelinka, Genie Bus, for getting Schroeder on the Lakers. He had 18 points, 6 assists.
Shout out to our front office.
Montrezl Harrell. Yes, Montrezl Harrell, man. Like Kendrick Perkins tweeted last night, Lakers have a big four. He's talking about Anthony Davis, LeBron, Dennis Schroeder, and Montrezl Harrell. He dominated last night off the bench. 22 points, 7 rebounds, and Kyle Kuzma dropped 13 points, 6 rebounds. So everybody's talking about Lakers don't got the deep bench in the league. They're talking about Brooklyn in the East. Oh, Brooklyn got a deeper bench. We got a better bench than Brooklyn Nets. I'm going to say it right now. I'm going to throw it to Aaron after this. Lakers got one of the best benches in the league. Even Alex Caruso had 6 points. Even Horton Tucker had 6 points. So, and when LeBron AD went out, Montrezl Harrell got in the post and said, "Give me the ball," and got to a spot, put it up. Because I saw a play where Schroeder did a pick and roll, threw the ball to him, and Harrell lob. And I like that from our bench. But I gotta get into it. I gotta keep it real. I always keep it real on my show. So far, the two disappointing players are Marc Gasol and Wesley Matthews. They gotta get together. No, it's been 2 games, but they gotta get it together because it looks like Marc Gasol is old and slow. Wesley Matthews doesn't look like he doesn't know what he's doing on the court. But I'm gonna throw it to Aaron. So, what is your thoughts about all that, man? About the stats?
Bench
I
love the good stat. I was looking with Mike Trudell, who obviously one of the best guys to call, one of the best sideline reporters we know. The fact that we outscored the bench 50-34 last night was incredible. 50-34, like that is how you save LeBron and AD from playing so many minutes.
Absolutely.
I feel like yes, we go back to their defense. If the bench got very sloppy with the ball, we had a period of possessions where, we had a moment where I think we didn't score a basketball in like 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and the lead kept, they kept cutting into the lead. So, I feel like, once we're really clicking on all vibes, we can have a straight up fourth quarter where LeBron and AD doesn't even have to play because our bench is so good. And when we're outscoring a bench 50-34, the opposing team's bench, you are going to win the game. There is no question about it.
Go ahead, Manny.
The most incredible thing for me for the bench was the fact that Montrezl Harrell won the 6th Man of the Year last year. He might win it this year. Listen how crazy this is. He shot 10 for 13 from the field. Yes, he's a big man, and usually big men have very good shooting percentages. But it's the fact that he dropped 22 off the bench in only 28 minutes. That's what's crazy. And I'm looking at the stats. Even Markieff Morris, he shot very well in the bubble. He continued it last night. He shot all his shots were threes. He only missed 2 out of 5 attempts. That's amazing. I'm very encouraged.
Yeah.
Kuzma. Yeah, I had a bit of critiques about Kuzma last season, but he shot even him. He shot 3 for 4 from 3. Like, I'm very encouraged about last night.
Me too. I'm very encouraged. I love the defense, and we up. The largest lead was 27. Dallas was 5. We're up 27, and you remember how last year Lakers would be up 15, 16, and then
I know he would fall asleep.
Fall asleep, and then give up the lead, and then lose. We continue. Dallas made the run right there. In the second quarter, third quarter, but overall we did a good job. But one thing I want the Lakers to work on for next game is the turnovers. We had
too many turnovers. Too many.
17 turnovers to their 9. We got to do a better job, limit that. But the fast break points, 20. We got to, I love the fast break points because there were possessions where we forced turnovers, get out in transition, LeBron to AD, vice versa. So we need to get back to that. Get back in that transition. Overall, I just love the energy from this team tonight. But the one thing I recommended for the show is to let others beat you on Dallas. Finney Smith only had 10 points for Dallas, 4 for 9, so we did a good job on there. 11 points for Dwight Powell, 27 points for Luka Doncic. He had shot 9 out of 19 from the field, 7 assists. But I wanted the Lakers to come out tonight and just dominate, Luka, like force him, rough him up a little bit. They tried, but he still got to the basket. Overall, we shut everybody down, but the person that got off for the Dallas Mavericks off the bench was Trey Burke with 17. I mentioned that too. I was like, watch out for Trey Burke. He's going to might explode for 17, 18 points. That's what happened. But overall, Lakers had a great game. Even like Caruso came in, dominated. Just overall, that's Laker basketball right there. I know that game we lost to Clippers. We got punched in the mouth. And thank you, Clippers, for doing that because you pissed off the Lakers. Now the Lakers are going to go on a little bit of a winning streak now, in my personal opinion. So what is your thoughts about all that? Like, do you guys think this Laker loss on the opening night was a good thing after you saw the game from tonight?
I absolutely agree.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead if you. Yeah, go ahead.
If anything, it made us. It taught us what to do next games. Like even like this game, like last game, we didn't lead at all against the Clippers. But this game, we just punched them out like crazy. We saw that they didn't have Porzingis, and we took advantage. We're like all we have to worry about is Luka. Yes, Trey Burke was good off the bench. I agree with you, but we did a good job on Luka. Yes, he shot 9 for 19, but look, even I'm looking at the stats right now on the 3-point percentage. They shot only 40% from the 3-point line, and we shot 48%. So we actually defended the 3 pretty good, it looks like.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. We defended the 3 well. You know what? And to piggy off of what Vogel said last night, I think they could have done a better job with guarding Doncic. He got, the dude is incredibly talented.
Yeah,
My goodness, he's one of the
absolutely.
best. He's one of the best guards you'll see right now. And he puts on a show. No matter what, the man's gonna at least drop 27 points in a game, and his footwork is incredible. And it's very difficult to stop someone with that great talent. And no matter how many times you're gonna play him or whoever is gonna see them, he's just a tremendous ball handler. I felt like definitely Dwight, the Powell, the other guys, Finney Smith, those guys, they got their ways a little bit with the Lakers. The Lakers got very sloppy, and that's something I
Yeah.
think we can learn. I think losing the Clippers, okay, cool. I think that was what, we're not worried. Big deal. We lost the first game last year.
Opening night champions they got.
The difference is we just put a ring on our finger and they had to watch it. So that's always puts a little bit of edge over it. And you know what? We just came out and played our ball. We played our style of ball. We were more locked in. Our half court defense was tremendous. We started off the game very well. The offense was already clicking on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like it was a good overall start, especially the first half.
Yeah, most definitely, man. The first half was amazing. Love the energy, the hustle, grit, grind. But the one thing that Dallas shot 49% from the field. They got to do a better job of that in the next game versus Minnesota Sunday night. You know what I mean? I just want to see. Lakers scored 138 points. That's amazing.
Very
That's amazing.
good.
We have firepower. If AD and LeBron, Frank Vogel resting them against Minnesota, Sacramento, let Harold play. Let Harold start. Let the other guys on the bench start. Because there's going to be a time and point in this season where AD, LeBron's not going to be playing certain games back to back. I haven't heard anything Frank Vogel say anything yet about LeBron playing back to back yet. So we'll see if LeBron's going to play back to back this season, because we have a good enough team to repeat. And also too, Lakers and Dennis Schroeder are already talking extension, and that's good. Dennis Schroeder is a great acquisition. Like, I love his energy. His defense is underrated. His rebounding is underrated.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
love me some Dennis Schroeder. And the fact that we only gave up Danny Green and our 28th pick, that's a steal. That's a steal.
That is a steal. And you better. And I was hearing, piggybacking off the contract extensions. I heard that February is going to be a big. February they'll have some more money and the cap for what they want to give him, which makes sense. Like, he turned down the first Lakers initial offer, and then he says, you know what, like, let's work out a deal. Let's get it going. You know what?
Yeah.
When you have a guy that mentions that after the post game last night, it's just, he is on a mission. The dude loves playing here. He's
Absolutely.
on a roll. He loves. Who wouldn't want to play with the two best guys in the league? The best 1-2 punch that we could have since Kobe and Shaq. So what more do you need? And then sunny Los Angeles. So
I wanted to throw a bright spot out there from last night's game. Real quick, I'll talk about the Dennis Schroeder extension right now. I would love to re-sign Dennis Schroeder. Love his game, love his hustle, his grit, and he's a great perimeter defender, underrated rebounder, assist.
That's true.
And if we re-sign him, because I really thought we're gonna start LeBron at point and start Wesley Matthews at shooting guard, KCP, and then AD at power forward, Marc Gasol. But if Dennis Schroeder's starting really well and continue to do it, you know what I mean? Because you could bring off Montrezl Harrell off that bench. Let's say Lakers played Sunday versus Minnesota. They're struggling. Okay, Harold, Kuzma, Wesley Matthews come off the bench and spark the energy. So we have guys that if we're struggling, if our stars are struggling, Montrezl Harrell can get us going by with the defense, tenacity, the hustle. You know what I mean? So I just love our team is better than last season, because our bench wasn't that good last season. I'm going to keep it real.
That is true.
Yes. And real quick, we got to give credit where credit's due, man. I know he only had 13 points, but shout out to Kyle Kuzma, man. 13 points, 6 rebounds. Seems like he's different, and just like his attitude on the court. He had that 13 points off the bench, shot 5 for 11 from the field, 3 for 4 from 3, but I just loved his rebounding, and he got a lot of putbacks, a lot of second chance points, and I like that from Kyle Kuzma. I really like that from Kyle Kuzma. If he continues to do that, we'll have one of the best benches in the league. You know what I mean? So, Aaron, what you think, man, about all that?
Kuzma, man, I could sit here and talk about Kuzma for a few minutes, but Kuzma finally, he played terrible his first game too. I mean, I think nobody's legs were really there under them for the first game of the year. And Kuzma, put in the extra work. You could tell His jumpers were falling. He was getting to his sweet spot. And
Yeah.
that also we got to credit to Marc Gasol here and LeBron, because those guys know where Kuzma's sweet spots are, where he likes going, if he likes driving into the hole, if his fadeaway shots are falling, expect a good night for him. And you know what? When you put up 13 points, no one's asking you to sit there and drop like 25 in the game. If you're feeling it, you're feeling it. But 13
Absolutely.
points, anything that's in double-digit points for him to help out, and also credit to Montrezl Harrell as well. Those two guys right there made the biggest difference in the game yesterday.
What you think, Manny?
Absolutely, especially with a 3-for-4 shooting from the 3-point line. Like, if you're shooting that great from the 3-point line off the bench, I don't care if you're starting off the bench, like that's what you need in order to win in today's NBA. You need 3-point shooting, and when Kuzma's doing that on the court, nothing else to say. It's so encouraging. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing, man, and love the energy from the bench tonight. And also, we gotta get into it. Marc Gasol, Wesley Matthews are not playing well, and I know it's been 2 games, but it's looking like the bright. You know how if you play in LA, the bright lights. I feel like so far those 2 games, the bright lights are affecting Marc Gasol and Wesley Matthews. But we'll see. Marc Gasol's a very good veteran, and I feel like he's going to fix his game. I know what I would do. I'm just going to say it. Bring him off the bench. See what happens. Bring him off the bench. Maybe even start Wesley Matthews. Change it up during the season. Get their confidence up. Because right now, Marc Gasol look like his confidence is out, in my opinion. I saw those 2 games, and it's like he just doesn't. Like, he got bullied yesterday by Finney-Smith in the post. Did you guys see that? I think it was Finney-Smith. Somebody just, it was
Marc
Finney-Smith.
Gasol's a giant compared to him, and he got posted. I saw that.
Finney-Smith pushed him, and he fell. I'm like, Marc Gasol, what are you doing, man? Get up. But it's a long season. 70 more games to go. So Marc Gasol, those are the 2 disappointments so far, is Marc Gasol and Wesley Matthews. So,
I agree.
Aaron, what do you got? What have you seen from Wesley Matthews and Marc Gasol so far this season that you want them to improve on?
I think the overall game, I don't think they have their legs there. I don't think they're physically locked in. And you know what? Like, I'm not too worried about Gasol, because we know what he's done. If you look at generally the veteran guys of the entire league, it takes them, before they're in their prime shape, it takes them like about 2 months or so fully. Even in an 82 game season, nobody's going to come out sharp. Nobody's going to come out and play the way you normally see them play. Look what happened when LeBron started. He didn't start off like dominance in the first half, just like he doesn't really turn it on until the second half, and then you just see him have crazy numbers. And you know what? I think that's going to be the same for Gasol, and I think Wesley Matthews should have a little bit more advantage because they were in the bubble the least amount of time. So I feel like Wesley Matthews, I think it has to do with the legs, getting his legs there. I want to see him shoot. The dude's been passing up some things. I don't think his defense has been fully there, because we were watching him guard Luka a little bit, and he just looked a little slow. His footwork wasn't there yet, versus what we saw with Bradley last year, where the dude was like a perimeter monster. Like, the dude was one of the best perimeter defensive guys that there was in the league. And if Wesley Matthews wants to get there, you got to get that conditioning done. You got to get your legs there. But you know what? If our defense can hold off, until those guys are fully healthy, let's see what they got. Because Wesley Matthews is is a great player, and yes, he could deserve to start. And I think there's some games that you're going to see the lineup switch around. Like, I think if we're playing, if we were playing Houston and they were still playing their small ball, and they wanted to play, they have that small ball lineup. You start Montrezl Harrell instead of Marc Gasol. Look what we did in the bubble when Howard and McGee didn't play a whole series because they were going small, and it did us great. And we have that leniency, and that's why we're 11 deep, because we can have the fluctuality. Keeping our lineup. Yeah, so I like it. I'm not too worried.
Same.
Are you not worried?
I'm not worried either. Basically, I mean, this shouldn't be an excuse, but I see it has to do with age as well. Because like Marc Gasol, he's what, 36, 37? Like we know what he's done. He's won a championship. He was a great player on Memphis, and he knows his role. Right now, he knows that he's not going to be the focal point of the offense or the defense. And but Wesley Matthews is kind of, I don't know what's going on there because he was a very good shooter on Milwaukee last year.
He's pulling the Danny Green so far.
I think so for sure.
Yeah, well, shout out to Dan Green for delivering us a championship, man. But yeah, man, we gotta get into it. Anthony Davis, man, I was watching the game, and he's 3-point shooting is getting really, really good. Shot 3 for 5 from 3 points tonight, 28 points. But if you can have that consistent every game knockdown 3-pointers, consistency, mid range too, 3-pointers, everything. Just hand the Lakers a trophy, man. Because AD, when he shoots that 3-pointer really well, the Lakers dominate. So I want the Lakers to continue to do that pick and pop with AD because they did that tonight. That pick and pop with Dennis Schroeder and AD, and he was hitting that 3-pointer really well tonight. So what do you guys think about AD's 3-point shot yesterday or tonight?
I love the form he has. That new shot form I see. Oh, like when I first saw him shoot last night, and I saw that form, I'm like, yeah, this season he's gonna be lights off from the 3-point line. Like that shot looks wet like water, man.
You know, I saw him just be AD, man. Like, you know, I don't think I've ever really seen him shoot a bad 3-pointer. I mean, the guy's got a great stroke. You know, he's got, you know, we saw obviously his game-winning shot in the bubble. You know,
against Denver, yeah.
You know, that form already was just like hell. That's why we all said Kobe on 3. You know, it's just he shot that ball, and he's always had a great shooting stroke, and I think he's only, what is he, at 8 years in the league? That's it, or
8 years, yes.
And it's like you're not even fully in your prime yet, and already destroying everybody he's coming out to facing. You know, I'm not too worried about him shooting, you know, threes the entire game. Like, you know, they're going to take a few 3-pointers a game, but his bread and butter is the post. You know, like one of the days I saw Shaq, I think last year, said if AD goes out there and drops 28 and 15 a game, he's being a big guy. And you know, the guy has the availability to go out there and get that every night, no matter, you know, 28, 30 points, doesn't matter. The dude is an animal when it comes to scoring.
Yeah, most definitely, man. There's times when AD was in the post against Finney Smith. He posted up, pump faked, you know, the little hook shot, and he's one of the best power forwards in the game. To me, he's a power forward, not a big man. The best big man in the game, big man center-wise, is Joel Embiid from the 76ers. You know what I mean? But AD's the best power forward in the game.
Yeah.
And he's a very underrated passer. He had 5 assists last night.
Oh, very underrated passer. But if there's one thing I gotta okay, this might be a little like crazy to say, but when he's in the post, I've seen highlights in the past in the 80s. He looks like Kareem in the post. Like he can get the sky hook. He could easily do the pump fakes. Like I see him being like the next Kareem possibly. Like not like records wise. I'm talking about like playing wise. He looks like it.
He's definitely got the Kareem built. You know, it was kind of funny too with AD. Also, let's just talk about Montrezl Harrell with his hook shot. I was kind of cracking up there because that dude's got a great hook shot too. And you know, I was talking about it with one of my other friends yesterday, and I says if we all everybody remember Jordan Hill.
Back in the rebuilding years.
That is the Jordan Hill. That is a guy that, you know, like we were sitting there and I was watching him, and between him and AD being scrappy guys, like they can get in there and box out players. You know, I was watching those guys just go after those scrappy, you know, rebounds, or those get those rebounds and put it back. You know, just the offensive rebounding and stuff that we had, the opportunities that we were getting was great. And between them both, you know, it's like I have to put them both together. They're just tremendous players.
Yes, perfect player. Jordan Hill, love his game too. But Montrezl Harrell has a very, very underrated jumper. You see what he did against that tall dude? I forgot how to pronounce his name. Boban or whatever.
Boban Marjanovic, yeah.
Yeah, he's talented. And Dallas, speaking of that, when they put him in, Dallas was making that comeback. You know, they cut it to like 10 and then 9, and the Lakers said, okay, timeout. Brought the troops back in, and they went on another run and closed the game up. But Montrezl Harrell, man, got a very underrated jumper, and when he hits it consistently, Lakers are dominant, man. Lakers are very dominant. But I gotta get into this because I wrote it down in my notes. I'm gonna start with Aaron. Aaron, what would it take for LeBron James to be up there with the greatest Lakers of all time? I have LeBron at 3.
I think deliver honestly just if he can possibly deliver at least another 2 championships, just throwing that out there. If with our team the way it's built
Oh my
around him,
god.
we have an opportunity to do a three-peat.
Yep.
We have a straight up opportunity to be defending champs for the next few years, just the way our team is built. And LeBron said it best too. Is LA? They do not respect. We don't respect the players until they want us a ring.
Yep.
You win us a ring.
I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one.
Yeah, you win us a ring, you get your respect, and that's how you earn it here. LeBron gives us at least 2 more rings, or at least a chance for 2 more rings, and the team the rest of the way helps him out, not only just carrying him on his back, but if we have an opportunity to get there, he is definitely going to be ranked up there as one of the greatest Lakers. To Kobe, to Kareem, to all the great players that have been up there. He will be up there, and his jersey will be retired.
Manny,
It'll be a tie between him and Cleveland, but I think we're going to get a little bit more of an advantage.
because I have LeBron at 3 greatest Lakers of all time. 3 over. I have Kobe number 1, Magic, LeBron, and then I got Kareem, and then I got Shaq at 5. So it's like that's just my personal opinion. If he gets us if he three-peats, he'll be put up there. He'll be 3rd of the greatest Lakers of all time. The greatest Laker of all time is right behind me. The great Kobe Bryant.
I agree with you.
What you think, man, about LeBron potentially being 3rd greatest Laker of all time? The floor is yours.
I had a feeling you were gonna come up. You're gonna bring this in because of last pregame. I don't know how you guys can leave out Kareem and Shaq on that list. Like versus
Shaq
Kobe.
4 and 5. I have Shaq and Kareem 4 or 5. So it's like you can switch it too. You could switch it too. You could put LeBron at 4, put Kareem at 3. You can switch it.
Yeah, but LeBron's
put Magic at 1.
LeBron's only won one chip. Kareem and Shaq have won multiple chips. LA's not like Cleveland. It's not like you win one chip and you're great. You have to win more than one.
Yeah.
LA is all about the chips.
Yeah,
For me, it's Kobe 1, then it's Magic, then it's Kareem, then it's Shaq, then it's LeBron. That's what I say.
Yeah, you can have LeBron 5, 4, 3.
I'm at 5.
Some people put him at 2. Even like my friend Isaiah my friend Isaiah from Sacramento has him one of the greatest Lakers of all time so far. You know what I mean?
2. What?
That's what LeBron fans be saying. Oh, he's number 1 greatest Laker of all time. 2. But for me, you can put that LeBron anywhere on the list except for 1 or 2, because 1 or 2 is already locked. 1 or 2 is already locked, so you got to put 3, 4, 5.
Whoever says 1, just get the hell out. 1 is Kobe.
Yeah, number 1 is Kobe, great Kobe Bryant, man. You already know the vibes.
The GOAT, that's it.
And everybody, like, let's get into that, because everybody that I talked to, talking about if LeBron gets 5th ring or 6 rings, he'll pass Kobe. I'm like, no. Kobe already has his legacy in Los Angeles.
Yes!
So people need to stop with this, LeBron's going to take Kobe's legacy.
Talk to him, John. Talk to him.
He will never take Kobe Bryant's legacy. LeBron will never take Kobe Bryant's legacy. So people on Twitter, stay off the stuff.
Weed. Yes.
Yeah. Stay off the stuff. Go ahead, Aaron.
Kobe's getting the name after they're naming Figueroa Street Kobe Bryant Boulevard. So anybody
I heard about that.
Anybody that says Kobe Bryant is not one of the greatest Lakers of here and the number 1 Laker of all time right now can go get out of here and get out of California, because obviously you don't know the respect of how well one of the greatest Lakers of all time.
I don't even live in California. I don't live in the States, and I know that.
Yeah.
I mean, he's everywhere though. Everywhere, no matter where. He was one of those guys that, no matter where you went around the world, whether it was to Canada to go play the Raptors, no matter where you were going, everybody came to go see him. And
absolutely,
that should be already. People shouldn't be debating like, was he really one of the greatest Lakers? Oh, but look at Wilt, look at Wilt Chamberlain, look at them. Well, yeah. Look at all the other Laker greats that have been there before. But you have to honor what the guy did, and then to score 60 in your last game on legs that were beyond shot after the first
they were.
Game. When you're getting up a barely a jumper and it's falling, nobody's gonna stop you.
Aaron, I'm glad you brought that up, because I remember in his retirement ceremony when they were retiring his jersey, he was saying he's like, I was really tired at the end. Like I had to really push through on my last legs, and those 2 free throws, he was out of gas. I remember even Stu Lance was even saying it. He looks out of gas right now, and he still made the 2 last free throws to get the 60.
Yeah,
Goat.
we're talking about Kobe Bryant. I'm getting goosebumps, man. It's
Same. He's my all-time favorite. He's the reason how I became a diehard fan.
Yep, and Kobe Bryant's an inspiration to me. Anytime I make a mistake on my podcast, what can I do to get better, to learn from it? Even I take criticism, to get better. So Kobe's one of the greatest Lakers of all time, and to me, Kobe's one of the greatest players of all time, in my personal opinion. That's just my personal opinion. People.
For me, he's number one. I always say that.
Everybody has their personal opinions about the greatest player. They got Michael Jordan, Magic. They got even Bill Russell because some people are old school that I talk to have Bill Russell, Michael Jordan. But we got to do a show where we can write the 30 greatest players of all time. We got to do a show with that soon, man.
Oh yeah, I mean.
Oh, I'm down. I'm down to do that.
You could go on. You can go on and on and on about like who the greatest. Who the greatest, team could be, the greatest superstars. It could be a list that you can go on and on about.
Mm-hmm.
And it's amazing, just Jordan and him, when the battles that they had, like obviously for those that watched The Last Dance, like it was incredible because you see clips of Kobe in there and see him talk, and it's just great that he even honored him. Like after this is already made and everything, they added him in, they added more stuff about him in there. And it just shows the respect that he had. He was his little bro.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jordan even said it when Kobe died. A piece of me died because he grew up playing with him in '97.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Michael Jordan speaks at Kobe Bryant's Hall of Fame. But before I forget, man, I'm gonna put this here on First Street. Please stop comparing AD and LeBron to Shaq and Kobe. There will never be another Shaq and Kobe. One of the greatest duos of all time, Shaq and Kobe.
Greatest duo
of all time, man. I know you got Magic and Kareem. I know you got Bill Russell and the other player that they had over there back in the day. But Shaq and Kobe were the most dominant duo ever, and people need to stop comparing that just because they won the first ring together. Because Anthony Davis is talented, but Anthony Davis is not dominant like Shaq. Because you throw the ball in the post to Shaq, Shaq will be like, okay, get out of my way, Brad Miller, and dunk on him, or he's the most dominant big man of all time, in my personal opinion.
I love AD, but Shaq would body him. I'm sorry.
I'm going to keep it real. Shaq would probably body Anthony Davis. Shaq would probably dunk on a lot of players. You know what I mean? So people need to stop comparing Shaq, Kobe to LeBron, AD. Let LeBron, AD be their own duo. Let them be have their own legacy together. So stop with the comparisons. I understand it because they're Lakers. So just like if you put AD and LeBron on Philadelphia, you might have them say, oh, greatest duo of all time in Philly, so I understand that, but it's just pump the brakes on that, Laker Nation. Cheers.
You know what's funny is Shaq posted something too, and he says, I don't care what y'all are saying, nobody's beating this team in a 7-game series with Allen Iverson, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and Shaquille O'Neal in their prime. Look out. That is a guaranteed butt whooping.
Yes.
No matter what.
they may go 80 or 72-1 or 71. It's
82-0 without a doubt.
Yeah, 72-0 because it's 72 game season.
Yeah, I'm seeing like normal time, but like I'm seeing if COVID didn't happen, 82.
Yeah, if COVID didn't happen, man, we would have been celebrating the Staples Center, man. But it's unfortunate. Hopefully, we get back in the stands and get back to watching the Lakers, eating nachos, drinking soda, drinking a beer. I miss doing that. I really miss going to Staples Center.
It's been 5 years since I've been to a game. The only game I've ever been to was in Brooklyn. They gotta fix this COVID shit out, get rid of it. So that way I can go back. I miss it, bro.
Me too, man. I miss the energy, the vibes, and everything, man. But Aaron, Manny, man, thank you guys for coming on so much, man. And
always appreciate it.
That is it for the Big Baby Jonathan Sports Podcast. Mamba out.
Mamba out.